Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. South Florida launches Breathing While Black and Trans Docuseries. This Saturday, September 20th, South Florida will spotlight resilience and truth with the launch of Breathing While Black and Trans, presented by the McKenzie Project. This groundbreaking 4-part docuseries uplifts the voices of Black transgendered individuals in the region. The premiere will take place at the Overtown Performing Arts Center from 4 to 10 p.m. Guests can expect a red carpet at 6, a cocktail hour at 7, and the first episode premiere at 8 o'clock. Organizers are encouraging everyone to dress to impress in any shade of purple and to bring a friend that is willing to bring another friend. This series shines a necessary light on real stories of survival, sex work, navigating homelessness, and finding healing in Miami. By centering the lived experiences of Black trans people, the project aims to challenge stereotypes and create space for the empowerment of the community. For the LGBT community, this premiere isn't just about watching, it's about witnessing, honoring, and supporting voices too often pushed to the margins. More details about the event are at themckenzie.org.
I knew a girl that was coming out, and she started this when she was 14. And I also knew another girl who's my friend still to this day. She ended up, when I met her, she had started to transition. She was 15 when she started coming out. So I would have to say 14.
Because the key word in that question is vulnerable. We are in such a vulnerable, fragile state that we will fall for anything for refuge. At least me.
Homelessness amongst transgender individuals in Miami. A 2024 report indicates that approximately 1/3 of LGBTQ youth in Miami-Dade County experience homelessness or housing instability, with transgender youth being disproportionately affected.
You know, when you're staying in a hotel, you got a hotel to pay every night. Probably ain't got no kitchen, so you got to buy out, you know, throughout the day. You can't really afford hormones. You know, probably if you can get up from being, you know, hustling all night, if you can get up for an appointment. You know, I remember my family started calling me the vampire. You know, I only came out at night. You know, it was when the sun going down, 5 in the evening, 6 in the evening.
I've been homeless many times in my journey, but this last particular time, through my transition, I became homeless after getting problems with paying my rent.
Time of my homelessness, to be 100% honest, there were none. And the ones that they say they were offering, when you would go to the county side, when you would go to the city building, and you would apply for these resources, you would say, hey, my light bill is due. Hey, I heard you guys up. Once they would see the ID and the name and things didn't match, because my name was not changed at this time. Like I said, it was the beginning of my transition. So once they would see the ID and the name, it was I'll call you back. It was I will let you know. And you never got that call. So to me, there were no resources. Even if they were saying they were providing a certain resource, I was not one of the people who were afforded those resources.
Wow, what a powerful preview. I'm excited about that, and certainly will try to attend and encourage other folks to attend. We often forget about the marginalized people in our community. I think certainly it's human nature, whether you're part of our LGBT community or part of the cisgendered community, to celebrate, you know, the things where you do things and people have money, and sometimes you can sort of be invisible in that world. But these folks are already marginalized financially, and, you know, they're living a life that, you know, makes it even tougher to assimilate and achieve. So I think this is an exciting step in the right direction.
Yeah, it opens their lives up.
Absolutely.
And there's the personal stories. You know, when you hear things in concepts or you know, very ethereal, you know, this is a human being, and you're hearing their story. And, you know, listening to the one woman talk about, you know, you don't have a kitchen, you know, you have to go out for everything. And that's what I call the poor tax.
Of course.
Yes.
You know, if you can't afford a refrigerator and you can't afford
To stock
to
it,
have
and, yeah.
a, you know, any kind of cooking device at your home, you are forced
For sure.
to buy prepared foods. And, you know, I think that we need to recognize, and I think in the gay community we don't do a good enough job, that we have poverty in our own community. Not everybody are the folks going to the fundraisers and the gay
galas,
men with the, you know, the Bali vacations 3 times a year.
Yes, that's right.
And, you know, if you can try and put yourselves into somebody else's shoes, that's what opens hearts and minds. And and McKenzie Project is awesome.
Yeah. And I love that idea of bring a friend that is willing to bring a friend. That's such a great idea to just increase the size of those attending.
Exactly.
That's a great way to put it, and it sounds like an amazing event.
Yep.
And hopefully this brings some opportunities to these folks who are marginalized. I mean, I know in our community of Wilton Manors, you know, we're viewed as being affluent, but one of the things that we're pushing for, and, you know, it's one of the things that I personally support in the future with planning and development, is that we have more workforce and lower income housing.
Absolutely.
And I know that's a bad word or phrase that some people hear and they bring out stereotypes, but I think it's time
Necessary.
and necessary, because we want these folks to be able to work in our communities and thrive and grow.
Right. And when we talk about affordable housing, you know, somebody who makes $60,000 a year cannot afford housing. We're not talking about even housing poor people. We're talking about housing people that are out there working every day.
Really hard and not
making
ends meet.
But I think this is great. I think the series is going to be wonderful. And congrats, McKenzie Project.
Yes.
Great work.
Kudos.
Yes. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.